What time is it? 1:40. Sun comes up at 6 o'clock, so I've still got 4.5 hours to go. Now you can see there's a store here. I'm going to go ahead and mark that actually. You have two ways to mark things on your map. Quick waypoint. The problem is, and that shows up actually on your compass. You can see at the top of the screen there, that's the flag that I just put down. The problem with that is that it doesn't really save it. To save it, you got to put this, you got to hit save waypoint, and then you pick like an icon. It really doesn't matter. I usually use that for stores, if it let me. I don't know. I'm just going to call it store. And now I have that waypoint saved forever, so even if I go there, I will have that waypoint saved. And I'm pretty close to it. I might as well go there before I try to find a forest or something tomorrow, which I'm definitely going to want to do. Let's see. Let me make some more arrows. Maybe 40. Be a good start. Yeah, I only had enough to make 3 at the beginning. Now I'm making 40, and it's only the first night. Ooh, a couple 44 Magnum parts. Nice. Guns are great in this game. You got to be careful with them, and it's expensive to fire them, but they are really good. But I'm not going to really be able to do much with them for a long time, so I'm not worried. Let's see. The main things then tomorrow that I need to do is, since I'm not in a permanent resting place, I need to, and I'm really close to this, I'll visit the store to get that, I guess, mission done. Then once that quest is over, I will try to head to a better place. The next main objective, though, big objective, is to get a forge. And I'll show you what it requires. Forge lets you work with iron, which you're going to need to survive. Clay is not difficult to get in forested areas. Stone is not difficult to get just about anywhere. There's where the pipe comes in. I need one for that. I also need a bellows, which is something I need to make. And that's the expensive part. That requires a little bit of wood, another short iron pipe, so I need 2 total. And it requires 20 animal hide or 20 leather. And I can't mix and match. It has to be one or the other. So that's a little difficult. Now I can bend that rule a little bit, at least, by getting leather tanning, which will allow me to turn animal hides into leather, and it will also allow me to scrap leather items. So I can get a lot more leather that way if that's my holdup. But if I don't have to get that, that'd be great, because I'd rather get Survivor, which lowers how fast you get hungry, basically. And the more levels you have in this, you should really max it out as fast as you can. The more levels you have, the less time you have to waste just looking for food. And that spends a lot of time. I'm going to make another bow. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make some more clubs, and then I'm going to move back to bows later. And like I said, after the first night, I'm not going to make you guys watch this over and over again. Just figured you should see what I'm doing so that you know. Because this is a big part of the game, especially in solo mode. If you're playing with friends, it's not so big of a deal, because everyone can do a little of something and specialize, and it's easier to get stuff done. I'll make a few more axes too. Whoa. Scrap. No, I don't. There we go. Scrap that, and then I'm going to keep these other 3, and I'm going to use them. It's good to keep several stone axes around, because they break pretty fast. You know what, I'm going to make a new shiv too. I'll just make it now. The higher level the item is, the longer it will last. And actually, let me just make a bow here so that you can see the difference. Alright, so here's the level 4 bow and a level 126. Entity damage 18, 20 and a half. So it does considerably more damage. And you can also see durability of the higher level is 165 and this one's 53. So this will also last a lot longer, and that's a big boost to its value. So I'm going to scrap that. I'm going to keep this one. And then I'm just going to make more clubs for now. When it gets closer to daylight, I'm going to select what items I want to take with me and what items I want to leave behind. Right now I got another hour and a half. The first few days, up to generally the first week, things are pretty scrambly. You gotta move fast and get things accomplished, and that's why it's really a steep learning curve, especially when you're just starting. When I first started my first game, I barely knew what the controls were, let alone what I needed to be doing, and surviving my first Horde night did not happen. I got killed about 4 times, 5 times. It was bad. But all I really did was I essentially hid out in a house like this, almost exactly like this, honestly. And I fortified it. I built spikes. I, fortified the walls, but it just wasn't enough. These houses are really not built to survive zombie attacks. They were just built to be people's homes. And that didn't work out so well when the zombies came. Alright, so I'm building one more club, which is going to be the club that I stick with. And now that it's 5 o'clock, I'm going to pick what items I need. I definitely want that. I don't need that specifically. That's more valuable. You'll just get a feel for what's good and what's not. Definitely need that. Actually, that's a big thing that I need. Don't really need that, but whatever. I'm going to go ahead and scrap this and this. I'd like to keep the gun parts if I can. Aloe vera, definitely. Glass, yes. Candle isn't strictly necessary. I've only got 2 items left. Item slots. And not really anything that I can break down to gain extra slots. And I could eat the chili. I don't want to though, because it'll lower my hydration, and water is a big problem for me right now. So let's see, what do I want to keep? What do I want to keep? Well, I guess I can scrap that, and that just becomes another iron. Gun parts. I definitely do not want to scrap that. Cooking pots are very valuable at the beginning. And expensive to get. So, I guess I will just keep the coal and the nitrate powder, which aren't going to be useful for a while. But they're going to be nice. And here I have that nice cooking fire that I never actually used. And that sound means the zombies can no longer run. I guess I had never said that. The thing that happens at night, there aren't more zombies, they don't do more damage. The problem is, oh, how am I going to get up that? Well, I think I can. The problem with the zombies at night is that they will run, and they can outrun you, more or less. So, you really can't afford to be out there at night. these are having trouble. Oh, there's a zombie. Just gonna run past her because I got a long way to go today. Even though I have better weapons, it's not a good use of my time right now. Alright, let's see. Hopefully I'll be able to jump up this without dying. Sweet. I'm not really going to buy anything at the store. The stores are also very, very valuable. It's good to not be too far away from the store. Ow, that was a cactus. As you can see, they do hurt you. Oh, I think I just got the achievement. For the quest. Yep. I think it gave me another skill point. It did. Sweet. I probably can't even get in there right now, so I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna run. Now, one good thing... I hear that zombie. One good idea is to follow roads when you don't know where you're going, because buildings and stuff will show up around roads. You also have to be kind of careful that you don't run into very inhabited areas, or bad things will happen to you, though. Alright. Now, the reason I just left the road is because I happen to know that where I am, I basically need to go north. And that's kind of the disadvantage of playing in the Navezgane map, is that you kind of get used to knowing where everything is. So I know I need to go north right now. If it was random, I wouldn't know that, and I would just have to wander around until I find something that is valuable. You know, one thing I need is water, though, and I'm running away from the river. I kind of meander back, I guess. You can die of thirst, you can die of hunger, so you have to actually make sure that you're doing okay. My inventory is absolutely stuck full of stuff, so the only thing I can pick up now is stuff that won't increase my inventory space, basically, or inventory usage. This looks not like a river. I'm still quite a ways away, probably. Oh, there's a guy. Just eating as I go, because why not? Might as well raid a bird's nest. There's the river down there. I am way high right now. I'm on top of a mountain. Oh, and it's getting more mountainy. I don't like that. I need to get down. Be very, very careful on slopes like that, because you can also break your legs. And that, as they say, is bad. So I'm going mostly sideways here to keep from dying. I think that's the dam. Looks like a dam to me. I'm gonna get some water. Alright. Now, those astute viewers will notice that the color of that bottle of water is not the same as the water that I drank before. And that's because this is murky water. I just got it from a river. It's not clean. You can purify it using the cooking pot that I have, which is why I don't want to get rid of the cooking pot. If I drink it as it is, I will get sick, and it will be a problem.